good, man. I'm doing good, man. Let's just go here because I did a blog and you text me, right? Everything like that.
Yeah.
Let's go here. Right now, I'm gonna say this. I've said this about you for the majority of the year. I think you've been the most consistent guy in 2025.
Now, let me start 3.
All right.
I know that vlog ain't come from a place of hate. You know what I'm saying? And I know you just being honest. It did shock me though. I was like, because you're not the only one. You know what I'm saying, that had that reaction, and it just threw me off because in the building it was the complete, you know what I'm saying, opposite feeling. So I'm like, damn, like I need to get a hold of this footage because I need to see, you know, how y'all saw it.
Okay. Were you able to see the footage after the last couple of days?
I haven't seen the footage yet, but just off the clips, what I'm thinking is that our audio, they had our audio set up to where like all the background noise gets like kind of canceled out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking like y'all not hearing the crowd the way we're hearing the crowd, because it looks like I'm taking like pauses just in awkward times, you know what I mean? But what's actually happened is like the crowd is loud on my side, and like like it's to the point where like I can barely hear myself, so I'm like pausing just to kind of wait. But from just the few clips that I've seen, I can see how that probably looks like. Yo, why is he stopping? You know, like, well, like, come on, Jay, pick it up. And it's like, it's kind of one of them things like,
I'm not changing shit.
Yeah, but like, like I definitely didn't plan on like, you know, picking up the pace or nothing like that. But I think going forward, like, you know, if they put me on Summer Madness or another Gnome card, something of this magnitude, if they don't change nothing with how they do the audio, I'll just be cognizant of the fact that like, yeah, it might be loud in here for y'all, but the people that are watching on a pay-per-view, they're not catching all of that. So you might want to get to your next line a little bit quicker. So it's one of the things that I couldn't prepare for. You know what I mean? Like,
I would say this, Jay. Going back to watching the battle twice now, right?
Yeah.
You and Rum Nitty, the way you brothers write, you're not gonna catch everything you brothers say on first watch. You just not. It's impossible to catch. It's impossible, right? So hard to go back and spin the block back and watch. Okay, I didn't catch that the first time. I didn't catch when Jay said that, because how you rap it's like every line.
Yeah.
Thing, right? And
even more so in this battle. Like in this battle, I was deliberately layered, and there was a strategy that I had going into it that I think when you combine that with like how the audio feedback was going, it kind of it was a strategy that might have like, you know, nuked the battle a little bit. But because my strategy for Rum, you know, shout out to my brother, but I know he feeds off of his opponent's energy, and he needs that. So what I going into this battle, I was deliberately going to give him nothing, so that he had to fight every round to keep that energy. And I saw him losing that battle as the battle progressed. But you know, it kind of came at a cost. You know, so
let me ask you: was it what us as a culture, fans? Did we put too much pressure on you and Rum Nitty? Because I'm gonna be honest, I've been screaming this for weeks upon weeks. My battle of the night is Jay the Nitewing and Rum Nitty going to all these battles. Shout out to Rockin' Real Sick and Eunice and Chess. Love those brothers. But for me personally, if I had to watch one battle, it's a 300 man. If there's one battle you can watch this whole for Gnome, I'm picking Jay and Rum Nitty twice on Sunday, without even thinking about it.
No, I don't think it was too much pressure. I mean, it was the same. It was similar to the pressure y'all put on us for me and Will.
Okay.
Me and Will had some very high expectations.
That's a classic. It was like 90 feet, my brother.
So like, I'm not mad at the pressure at all. Like I've kind of gotten used to the pressure. The pressure is kind of, it's to the point where it's become like a peripheral thing. Like I'm not trying to live up to any expectations. I just have a job and I need to do that job as well as I can. And so with this battle, it's like I feel like I checked all the boxes. Here's where, you know, here's where I could improve. And so in the next battle, you know, I'm more than confident that like that's gonna be the one that's like that has people switching from like, man, Jay's just not a big stage guy to like, yeah, Jay's that guy. You know, Jay's that guy for big stage, pit, anything. And you know, to even to the people that saying like, you know, I just prefer Jay in the pit or
How you feel about that?
in the volume setting. I'm not mad at that. I do love the pit setting, and if I never see a big stage again, you know, I don't think I need a big stage in order to produce classics. I mean, that's actually kind of improving, but um, I don't like that. The big stage is still something I haven't mastered yet, so it's still kind of it's like, you know, when you're in this culture and you're a competitor, what else are you doing if you're not trying to like, you know, meet objectives and, you know, and bust down challenges? You know what I'm saying? That was great.
I don't play the pause game. You good, Jay? I don't do the pause game. You good? The comment boys gonna say pause, Jay, but you know, this is the culture.
Oh shit!
It is what it is. Let me ask you. Does it, I know you said it doesn't bother you. People saying that, you know, Jay style fits a better small room or pit room, right? But the big stage thing, though, how do you feel about that? Is that something like, I mean, people going into this battle, were you conscious like, yo, people saying that as dope as I am, I can't rock a big stage, and people trying to tell me we don't know if Jay can rock New York City. And I'm like I'm thinking to myself,
man,
New York is the battle rap, and we love bars so much, and this brother can rap better than a lot of cats. How the fuck they get stopped?
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. Like on that stage, I can't dismiss either side, because to say like to just completely agree with the people that said that is to dismiss the people in the building that love me. You know what I'm saying? The people that watched me do it and were impressed. People that saw me the first time. People that, you know, been rocking with me for a minute and was in the building. But I can't I'm not gonna just take one side and dismiss the other. I take it all into account. You know what I'm saying? So as far as performing in New York, that box is checked. Performing on the big stage and rocking the building, that box is checked. Now, translating on the big stage to the pay-per-view, that's what we got to work on. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's pretty much, I take it all into account.
Well, as much as the culture got in the battle, though, a lot of people still feel you won the battle. Like, if you want to talk about wins and losses in the battle, a large percentage of the culture got you beating a guy who has more experience than you on the big stage, right?
Yeah.
How much that mean to you right there? You beat a guy like Rum Nitty on a big stage, a guy who's had more battles than you on a big stage.
I think my strategy is what beat him, and I feel like it brings me closer to where I'm trying to get to, which is an unbeatable style. And I think that was just a stepping stone that brought me a little bit closer. I will say though, I don't think Rum was going for the jugular in this one. You know what I mean? And that could be.
Are you surprised, Jay, he wasn't going for the jugular, especially a person like you who's on a Cody run, who's like top 3, top 2 guys right now in 2025?
I mean, listen, man, when you're Rum, man, you done it all, you done seen it all, you done been in front of it all. Shit don't scare you the way it used to, you know what I mean? And I don't think that's something that can I don't think that's something that we can hold against him too harshly when you look at it with context, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I am being gracious with him because he is, you know, a friend of mine. But then there's also that maybe he, you know, just didn't want to fully dump the clip because, you know, that's the homie. But, you know,
This is known, Jay. This is known, man. Known 15, New York City. What we talking about?
Yeah.
Listen, I know that's your guy. Listen, I never seen Rum Nitty get chastised in a long time like this after a battle. Like a lot of people would chastise it. And I'm a Rum Nitty fan. Rum Nitty's in my top 5. I love Nitty.
Yeah.
But, from other bloggers I've seen, media dudes, the comment section, when I talk about this battle, they were coming at Nitty hard. Like, yo, okay, Nitty, you worry about Calico, you better worry about Jay the Nitewing, brother. Like, what, don't be skipping Jay trying to worry about Calico, but you're gonna lose that battle. And come to fruition that you lost the battle. And he had a short round. A couple of his rounds were kind of short a little bit though.
They were just short in comparison to the other battlers because our contract was 2.5 minutes.
Chester Eunice battle for like damn near 45 minutes.
Yeah. Nah, we agreed to 2.5 minutes because of how much prep time in between battles we had. So yeah, we cut our battle down a little bit.
What prep time? What you mean in prep time? Because you just be coming off the battle of Rock, right?
Battle with Rock and Next, and he was coming off a straight.
Okay.
Yeah, so we was both like kind of going through a little bit of mental fatigue. So yeah, we didn't want to be up there rapping 5-minute rounds for this battle.
Which y'all know listen, respectfully to Chester Eunice, but if you ask the culture going to this event, who would you rather battle 45 minutes? Respectfully.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think if Gnome was like maybe 2 weeks further out, it probably would be like 3:30, 4-minute rounds.
Right?
Yeah.
DNA said something interesting to me yesterday. I had him on the show, right? He said that he feels that there needs to be a better curation of battles and what battles you have in order, in a pecking order, and everything like that. How do you feel about that? He broke it down to me eloquently. I never thought about it the way DNA broke it down to me yesterday. He said he would have to put you in Jay the Night, you and Rum Nitty, before what battle he said. I think you guys were before John and Fonz.
Oh, like the sequence.
Yeah, the sequence of battles.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I didn't mind the order. You know what I mean? I thought the order made sense. I think hindsight is 20/20, and if we knew how the battles were going to turn out beforehand, then yeah, of course we would switch the order. Right. But I don't know. I think there's too many unpredictable variables when it comes to doing that. You're never going to get it perfect,
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. How did you feel about Gnome overall, though? Because a lot of people are saying this wasn't a great Gnome. The culture's kind of like all over the place with this, and then unfortunately with Rex's situation to end the night too. On top of that, a lot of people feeling a kind of way and everything.
That was some scary shit, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think overall though, I just take all of it into account. You know what I mean?
Right.
In the building, we had a great fucking time, and then we, had a fucking we had a great night that ended very scary. But people watching it live, had a very mid experience, and that's kind of what we have to chalk it up to. So I guess you got to split it right down the middle, like 5 out of 10. You know what I mean? 5 out of 10 event.
Well, let's look at your year, man. Sheet Happens, Ill Will, Tay Rock, and now this battle. You were having a phenomenal year, sir. Very, very phenomenal year. You know what I'm saying? Are you enjoying?
This is what I want to ask you, 3.
All right.
Can I take a break?
Well, listen, I don't know.
Take a break and still win Cody.
I don't know, brother, because guess what? There's some people that want to see you on Summer Madness. There's some people that want to see you on the next TBL event, sir. So I don't know, brother. I don't know. One more. Look at your face. Well, let me ask you, Jay. Are you enjoying yourself as a competitor, as a battle rapper?
Man, I'm enjoying myself.
But a lot of writing though, right?
Yeah. I'm enjoying myself performing and bringing it to y'all. Right. But the process.
Ooh, see, we don't see us as bloggers, as fans. We don't know the process of you guys going at your home, wrecking your brain to write dope material and the masters to love it. We don't know how that process is. You know what I mean?
I got my wife, my friends, my
Yes.
coworkers. They all thinking I'm going crazy because they'll be talking to me and I'll be sitting there staring dead at them and like some.
Oh man.
Like I'm starting to act like a dementia patient, bro. Like, but I mean, it's a blessing, man. It's something that I'm not gonna take for granted. You know what I mean? So I'm leaving it up to y'all pretty much. Like if I get on Summer Madness, I wouldn't mind taking Summer Madness off.
Right.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind just having 4 or 5 months.
Jay, we're not jacking that, Jay. We're not gonna listen to 5 months, brother. Hell no. We're gonna be knocking on your door. Hello, where you at? Hello. You know what I mean? Especially, look, I've said this numerous times about you, man. From Mad Flex, Geechee down, bro, you haven't missed though, bro. Maybe this battle a little bit, but overall, the level of consistency, man, the way you just give it up, and the way people talk about you now, bro, it's like
it's a blessing.
Like people really hail you and put you up there right now. You know what I mean? But it's funny though. We're talking about June 24th now, right? Let's say we take off now to September. How much does that do for the mind of Jay the Nitewing, though?
That's a good break.
That's a good break.
But here's the thing: if they give me that opponent now, it isn't a break because now I'm just writing. I'm writing all the way up until that point.
Okay. But I'm pretty sure you're in conversations without putting it out there with other leagues knocking on your door, asking you, "Hey Jay, X, Y, and Z," right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Not for Summer Madness.
Okay.
For TBL, there's definitely.
So it's definitely knocking on your door. Hey, there's no way possible knocking on your door.
There's definitely we just in conversations right now.
Okay.
Me and Chilla. We just at the conversation point. Okay. Summer Madness, I think Summer Madness was kind of like dependent on how this went.
Okay.
And I could see it going either way. I could see them thinking like, you know what, Jay, we'll give you a break. Or it could be like, nah, right back to work. It really depends.
Is it hard to turn on the money and the opponent on top of it?
For me, it's really not about the money. I make enough money at my job. It's really about the opponent. I have to feel pressured. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be either pressured or the artist in me has to want to create something for that opponent. You know what I mean? Like Solo, right? Solo isn't like pressure for me, but I know me and him could create a gem.
You know, so of all names, so 1 nigga with 2 niggas with 3, okay.
Man, that's one of the only names that like I don't feel threatened by, but I do want to battle. You know what I'm saying? Because because it would be a dope battle. It'd be hilarious. It'd be everything. You know what I mean? Like.
Why? Because you guys dry sense of humor that you guys have. That
but the creativity in our humor as well. Like,
right?
I think Solo's shown signs of like a high rapping ability as well, and he might, you know what I'm saying, showcase that against somebody like me, or he better. I'm gonna just wash him. You know, I don't. That's the thing too. I don't want to just wash people, man. Like.
Right.
I prefer having fights, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I've heard people asking me to battle Ward.
Dogs.
Kind of fits the theme, right? People battle Ward on the year that they win Cody.
Listen, you and A-Ward is a TBL battle. I feel that'll be a fire battle, and I think that would be fantastic on your belt, sir.
I think they're doing. I don't think it's a secret.
You and Ward?
I think they're doing Ward and Twerk on that bulletproof one though.
I would be. I hope so. I hope I hope, man. You A-Ward, I like that a lot though. You don't want like that?
That'd be fire if A-Ward's debut was on Summer Madness against me, huh?
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting, sir.
That'd be fire.
That'd be fire, right? It would be. It really would, man.
That'd never happen, but that would never.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Oh man. Well, let me ask you this: how does it feel to get one of the best ill wills that we got this year? I like what Sheed is doing, but his best battle was against you, right?
Mhm.
I know Tay Rock and Real Sick. You can make the argument they had probably battle of the night. You could say, but Tay Rock and
That
you
was
was still
fire battle.
Yeah, Tay Rock was still fire against you though. But what does it mean to you when these guys coming against you are giving you A+? You're not getting no. Nitty kind of surprised me a lot. I'm not gonna lie, Nitty, I love you, my nigga. But you surprised me the approach you took against Jay the Nightwing, brother. But for the most part, other guys you battled, Geechee Gotti, fucking Geechee was fire against you, and people get on Geechee sometimes like that. But you can make the argument the last dope fire Geechee for 3 rounds was probably against you, brother. To be honest.
Damn.
Ill Will was ill. We were getting at Ill Will for a little while. Like, Will, what's up with you, brother? We love you, Ill Will. But we need to see the Ill Will that's like that. And against you, shit, you and Ill Will got there one of the best battles this year.
Yeah, man, it's humbling, man. I think I am fortunate. You know what I mean? Like, it's a timing thing, and the opportunity becomes present at the right time. So, with the tribulations that Ill was going through, I think I do think, or I like to believe that it didn't really matter who the opponent was going to be. He was going to be fired.
Okay.
But
okay.
I do think that he probably felt he had to be a little bit more fire than usual, especially given that third. Jesus Christ. It's crazy. Like, I spent my second round talking about all the haymakers he done stood in front of. And then he hit me with like 5 atom bombs back to back to back. Bro, it was like
that's
he was
the,
like,
that's the ill will we love, Jay. That ill will is the ill will we love.
Likewise, man.
You know what I mean?
I just didn't love standing in front of it. But man, that was.
Well, how do you feel about the Tay Rock battle? How did you feel about you and Rock?
Me and Rock, or the second Rock?
The second Rock.
So I felt like the footage was gonna be a lot more gracious with Sick, because Sick was rapping very well. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, you and Tay Rock. You and Tay Rock, I'm talking about.
Oh, me and Tay Rock.
You and Tay Rock, part of self. You and Tay Rock, yeah.
Man, me and Tay Rock was a dope fight. I could tell he was like, he didn't feel threatened by me, and I'm like, that was getting to. He's like, it's me, bro, it's me, it's never you. And I'm like, I don't know why. It's like getting under my skin. I'm like, I'm gonna really cook this nigga now, man. Like, nah. I don't know what it is about Rock, bro. That was the one battle. Like, literally, most of these battles, I just come and I'm just trying to like showcase my art. Rock made me want to compete. Like, I wanted to win.
Okay.
And I don't really understand why. There's just something about, I think it's just what he represents. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like the staple of battle rap. He is if you had to pick one battler to represent all of battle rap, it's him.
Wow.
It can't be anyone else. It's him. If there's a Mount Rushmore, he has to be first. When you talk about everything, when everything gets put into context, because it's not just about who the pioneers. He's one of those. He's one of the pioneers, but he's also one of the best of today. Like, and throughout his entire career, he has the underdog story. You know what I'm saying? Because we counted him out against After Clips.
Yes.
And then the resurgence.
Yes.
So he has that under his belt. There's nothing. He survived all kinds of egregious allegations. You know what I'm saying? He's been through the mess and the drama and fought through it all. He stood in front of the craziest type of rounds that you can stand in front of.
Yeah, man.
You know, just like Will.
He's phenomenal.
And still, you know what I'm saying? So when you put everything into context, he has to be the guy. So I think going into the battle, I'm just assuming it triggered like my competitive instincts.
Wow.
Like it was just like a predator seeing another predator, like just kill, defend. You know, my bad. I didn't mean to ramble.
No, James. No. You talking some real shit. You're the back. They rather hear from you. Yeah, I think everything you said is spot on. You know what I mean? It's Tay-Rock. Tay-Rock is.
Yeah, shout out to Rock, man. That's my goat. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Okay.
My goat changes, but.
All right. Before Rock, who was your goat before Rock? Because the way you write, I'm very interested to see who you rock with, though. Because the way you write, how you craft your shit, you don't sound like nobody else. So it's very interesting to hear. I can't say, well, Jam J sounds like this person, so I can see him liking that person. But who do you rock with like that? You know what I mean? You're so different.
Well, as far as writing and writing ability, my goat's gonna be Lux. If we're just talking about that standpoint, like there's no other pen that has been that influential, made that kind of an impact in battle rap. Daylight is right behind him.
Say with Daylight right quick, because have you heard this before? People try to say they want to see you in Daylight battle. Have you heard that before?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure if you heard that.
Yeah. Me and Light, I gotta make it make sense for somebody like Light who is at the echelon that he's at. You know what I'm saying? So I got some ways to climb, but
what do you mean ways to climb?
I gotta. He's proved it in areas I haven't proved it yet. You know what I'm saying? He's been tested in areas that I haven't been tested at yet. Listen,
you are underestimating yourself, sir. Respectfully, sir.
No.
You are.
I don't think so. I think I just I can see it from the standpoint of the fans. You know what I mean? I can see it through their eyes, and I think through their eyes they would appreciate it if it wasn't just rushed or forced upon them. You know what I'm saying? I think if we would have just jumped straight to it, it'd be like, all right, so battle rap is just throwing Jay up into the like he's just throwing Jay up on Mount Olympus just because, like, it would seem a little speedy. Like, I start the year off with Sheet Happens, I end the year with Daylight. That's crazy.
That's crazy, brother. That is crazy.
I would be like, did Jay pay them?
Oh man!
And damn, Jay got a bag.
how, the New York crowd, man. Talk to me about the New York crowd, man. A lot of people saying my city, that crowd is trash. It was
fire. It was fire to me, man. I loved it. I love New York crowd, man. They were interactive. They were, I can't even call it heckling. They were talking and like giving feedback, but it gave at least to us, it gave the battle personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a little bit into my first round and somebody shouted like, "You shooting promo?" Yo, I love that shit, man. It doesn't feel. It feels like New York. You know what I'm saying? At least to an outsider like myself, man. Like, right. And there was a John and Fonz. John was like, yo, y'all can hear me? He did that like 4 or 5 times.
Yes, he did.
He was like, yo, y'all can hear me? Somebody said, you loud as shit.
Jay, they different, Jay.
Yo, I was dead, bro.
Oh, man. They are different, brother.
I love New York, man. I love y'all, man.
Do you feel it was a 30 against Nitty? How do you feel about? Did you feel it wrong?
I gotta watch the footage, man. Okay. I definitely heard a lot of 30s and a lot of 2-1s. I left the stage feeling like I took the second and third, but
that's how I feel. You also,
yeah. The
Mm.
first I can't even really remember the first, man. I was just like kind of focused on my uh, on my defense and like just trying to be cognizant of the faces I was making to try and diffuse his shit like as much as I could, which sounds crazy. Like bro, you had to focus on just standing there doing this. It sounds crazy, but yeah, like a lot of what I do is very, very deliberate. So
Very deliberate, you said. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So let's before I let you go ahead, let's wrap this up. So if you get a call for Summer Madness, depending on the opponent, yes, but if they don't call you for Summer Madness, you're good. You're not tight, you're not mad, you're Gucci on that.
I'm good. If they need me,
Right.
I'll show up, and I'll show up with all the things that happen with Gnome in mind. You know what I'm saying? I'll check all the boxes that I can. But if they don't need me, I don't. I'm not gonna cry.
Same rules apply for TBL or no?
I don't know. TBL's a little bit farther out, so
Okay.
yeah. I mean, if they don't call,
we're gonna be pissed. We're not Jay the Nitewing, but as fans of you, we're gonna be pissed. If you give us one more magical battle on TBL before the year's over, we won't be mad, Jay. Okay, we won't be pissed off, sir. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'll
Chiller Kenny, call this brother. We don't care. Call this man, Chiller Kenny. All right. Call this brother, man.
Yeah. No, I for sure got one more in me.
Okay.
I for sure got one. Maybe two. I don't know, man. I don't care about life.
The halfway mark, Jay. Let's think about the halfway mark. 2 more battles. I think that's dope for you. Just 2 more. I don't want to see overexert yourself. I think 2 more would be great though.
2 more?
Yeah.
I could do 2 more.
I think,
man, but y'all might not see me 2026.
Don't call you June 2026, right?
Man, especially depending on who y'all put me in front of, man.
Right.
Because Ward ain't no slouch, man.
No, man. I love Ward, man. That's my guy, man. He's fire. Ward is dope, man. Real dope.
Ward ain't no slouch. I heard people talking about Easy. I'm just like, and then Verb. Easy? Me and Verb been going back and forth.
What's up? You and Verb? What's up with that? Is that something you want?
I don't know, man. Verb be like, he just. It seemed like he just like keeping his name in the ring of things. It's like, that's cool and all, bro, but we gladiators. You know what I mean? Like, we fight out here. You know what I mean? We don't do this for promo, man. You know what I mean? Like, we not in here just, to do like reality TV. Like this ain't we in like you over Verb be like he be like one of them pranksters that come up to you and it's like you coming up to the wrong guy trying to prank him. Like you gonna get like 30 playing around like this. Like, you trying to do things for promo and whatnot. There's a reason, like, guys like me, guys like Nitty, we don't do all that promo. We just,
that's a fact.
We just fuck you up and then that's the promo.
He doesn't like doing interviews. Jay he wants a battle and that's it. He don't care about interviews. He's not trying to shine on nobody. He wants to rap, get his bread and go home.
And then that be the promo. Like, people see how I fucked you up and then promote that shit all everywhere. So Verb really got to decide if he wants to get hectored by Achilles and dragged all throughout Troy and, for nothing. Like, you're like, what are you playing with me for? You know what I'm saying? You're Verb.
Right.
If you either want to see if your sword is still sharp enough, or you must just be suicidal. I'm not somebody you can play with Like there's like these little games. Like I think so. Verb is kind of just a question mark for me. He's got to make up his mind. What do you want to do? You want to play?
You guys had an exchange on Twitter a month ago or so, a while ago, man. What did you take from the back and forth you guys had on Twitter that day, though?
Man, I thought it was just promo, and then he's like, you know what? I changed my mind. It's like, what did we just do all of this for then, man?
You don't want no fucking smoke, Verb. Sit your ass the fuck down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like,
ass down, nigga.
You think I got time to be playing with you on Twitter? Like, you see the run I'm on, bro? Like, I don't need you. If you need to show your fans your sword is sharp enough to fuck with guys like me, I don't need to prove nothing with you. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. I'm going to be great regardless. I could beat up nobodies. I could go back to battling rookies and I'll have better battles than you.
Wow, Jay. Wow.
It's just like, how many times do I got to outperform you on the cards that we're on for you to get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that guy that you think you're playing with.
Verb, you ain't beating no Jay the Nitewing, Verb. Sit your ass down, nigga. You don't fucking Jay the Nitewing, nigga. Get your ass up out of here. Listen, I will give Verb this. He had a dope battle with JC. Very dope battle. And some people haven't actually win that battle. I don't know if you caught that battle between him and JC. Were you able to watch that or no?
No, not yet.
Okay, so some people had him actually beating JC. You know what I mean? And the
chiller battle. You watched the battle?
Yeah, I watched the battle, yeah.
It was good?
It was actually good. Verb has some, I'm not gonna listen. Verb gets on my nerves sometimes. He be on some bullshit. But he was actually good in that battle. I'm not gonna lie to you, Jay. I was very impressed with Verb in that battle.
I take your word for it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
I had to lose a lot of battles before that.
There's so many battles today, man.
I had to lose in the Swamp, JC, Ill Will, Mickey Fax. I had to lose a lot of battles. But I actually had to beat in JC.
Yeah, see, there's so many battles, man. I watch battles now based off recommendation. You know, people gotta tell me. Like, it's too many, man. Like,
right.
Every weekend there's a card or two.
Yeah.
So
it is. But Jay, man, listen, as always, brother, you are a breath of fresh air battle rap, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it again. I wish you were Nitty. I expected the C word on there, but you gave us a lot of dope battles before that, man. So you know what I mean?
Who knows, man? Maybe in a couple of years we could run it back, man, in a volume setting, man. I wouldn't be.
You were needing a small room, man. Good Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
Yeah, man. Maybe
I know 2:30 though, Jay. Don't give us no damn 2 minutes or 30 minutes of your recipe, bro. No, we don't want that though.
All right, man. Give me some time then, man. Yeah, I gotta space these shits out a little bit.
Jay, I appreciate you as always, King, man. I love you like cook food, brother, man.
Yeah. Appreciate you, brother.
My guy, man. Shout out to my brother Jay the Nitewing. I know the vibes already. You heard?